Alrighty guys, real quick, just want to show you changing out this fuel gauge on my boat. It's got the 3 wires, red, black, purple, and then a blue tag there. The gauge just hasn't been working, so we're going to install it with this new one here. Slide that in, and the holder goes over it, and then you tighten that up, and then we'll mount the wires and then tighten the screws up. Simple. Alright, here's the part number. This is the hardware. So we're going to put these 3 on here to hold the cover. Alrighty, here's the resistance. Here's where we're doing. So we got the ground, the ignition, and then the sender. So just make sure you get those hooked up properly. On mine, looks like red, black, purple, and then the blue wire goes to that, so for the light assembly. So show you what we got so far. We got the bracket on, we got them mounted, we got the wires. Now we're going to go ahead and put the lock washers and tighten that up, so we're going to do that now. Alright, just got to adjust her, straighten her out, but that's what she looks like, all hooked up. Looking good. Gonna fire it up and see what happens. Alrighty guys, the fuel gauge, the light's working, but it's not telling the fuel, and I should have about a full tank. So when I turn the key over, nothing happens, so I'm going to troubleshoot that and see what we can figure out. We may have to run a wire down to the sending unit, and we may even have to replace it. So we'll see what we got to do. Alrighty guys, we changed the fuel gauge, right? So now, with the switch on, you take these 2 wires, touch them together, and you can see, just watch the gauge when I mess with it. Get this in there, it's hard to do. You can see the gauge working now. So that's telling me now that I replaced the gauge didn't do that before. So now we know the gauge is working and our sending unit is not. So power off and get these out the way. We're going to pull these bolts out here and remove the sending unit so we can measure the tank and order our new sending unit. Alrighty guys, here's what the new sending unit looks like. I'm going to go ahead and just reinstall it, but I put a tape measure down there. Tank's 13 inches, so now I'm going to order the proper sending unit, and then once I get that, I will install it. Alrighty guys, the new fuel pump sending unit showed up, so with an 8mm, let's pull this off, make sure the power is off. Let's get the wires disconnected. Then we're going to use a this is a, I forget, I think it's like the 3/16. Use this. Definitely don't want to lose those. They got little washers on there. Alright, let's get this out of here. Now I'll show you guys what the new one looks like. Alright, here's the new one, a 12-inch we're going to install. So let's get this out the package. Alrighty, so we're trying to put the seal on it that it gives us. It looks like one hole may not match up. I'm going to have to try to fit it on there. So I'm going to have to try to install this thing first. Basically, we put the seal. We're going to slide it down in there and do our best to make sure everything's lined up. So let's see if I can get that lined up. Basically, this has just got a little slide. That's how it's going to send. Let's just send that down in there like that, and then very carefully going to try to reuse the existing screws we used, not the new ones they gave us, and try to get it to all line up. Alrighty guys, very important, the seal and sending unit will only go in one way. If you don't put it in the proper way, you won't have all the holes lined up and screws. So make sure you do that and get all these nice and snugged in. Don't strip anything out. Alrighty guys, so what I did is I just spliced in the ground to the blue and the brown to the signal wire, and I just taped off my connections. I used some crimp connectors, so just make sure everything's nice and tight. So let's see if this thing works. Alrighty guys, I've put the batteries on. Let's see here, so once I turn this key we should jump, and there it is, saying we got a quarter tank in there, y'all. My boat's obviously inclined too, so once it even out, but hey, now I just got to test to make sure this is accurate or not, but at least it's working, so that gives me a peace of mind. So when I go put some fuel in it, this is a 70-gallon tank, I should have this thing rise. But either way, man, I hope this video kind of helps you guys replacing the gauge and the fuel sending unit to where your fuel gauge will work. This video is a little bit all over the place. It was filmed multiple days in different situations, so but either way, I hope this information helped you guys get your fuel gauge working, whether it was just a sending unit or if replacing your fuel sending unit or the gauge, either or. I appreciate y'all sticking tuned. Check out some more of my videos, like, subscribe. Appreciate y'all's support. Y'all take care. Leave any comments below if you have any questions. Appreciate y'all's support, and y'all take care. God bless. Peace.